so many of the New York or tourist directors, Woody Allen in particular. What is it like, the similarities that you see with Noah in the way he tells these New York stories?
Everybody works differently as a director. I think they follow the path that they're most comfortable with as people. Woody doesn't like to talk to people much, so he doesn't talk to the actors much. At least he didn't when I worked with him. But you still realize what he's after. Marty Scorsese is wonderful. He's very energetic, very supportive. And Noah has this wonderful, calm exterior. And you never get the impression that he's doing anything but respecting what you're coming up with and discovering with you whatever is going to come up in the scene, whatever is going to happen in the performance. So you feel free at the same time that there are sometimes strict limits on what you can do, where you can go, what you can say. It's still open for interpretation, improvisation in a way within the limits.
So tell me, what was, we spoke last
I just
year.
made such a long answer, you're never going to use it.
No, I am. Are you kidding me? Whatever you say is gold. Everybody loves it.
What's the deal?
Working on a film like this, I know that we spoke last year about how acting is so important to you, despite Parkinson's, etc. Tell me about what was it that you drew you to this? Because working is one thing, but coming into a project like this, what did you see that made you want to do it?
The thing that made me want to do it, first of all, was the writing. The writing is so good. And whenever I see a piece of writing that good, I just want to be part of the project. It doesn't matter what they ask me to do. And the next thing that I realized when we were working, I never worked with Noah before, but to see the way he works, how open he is, and relaxed, he relaxes everybody on the set. And the other actors are brilliant. This is an A-plus group of actors. Everybody you bump into have an exchange with is a real person. Nobody's pretending. They're all the people they're playing.
The last question, Sag, getting with the passing of Diane Carroll. What do you remember about her?
I remember her as a friend. We saw each other frequently years ago, and our paths diverged. I remember her as a very kind, smart, happy person.
And your work, you're continuing to work. How are you feeling these days?
I feel great. Yeah, things couldn't be better.
That's great.
I have one of the most pieces of fun I have is doing my podcast. Have you ever heard my podcast? Clear and Vivid, it's called. And all these people that I work with often come on the show. Noah Baumbach is coming on the show. Adam Driver's going to Tom Hanks will be on the show. Julie Andrews. It's all about relating, what we're doing now, listening to each other and trying to find a real way to have a conversation.
My friend has made that an art form.
Well, it's kind of important in acting, and it turns out to be important in communicating. We don't listen to each other. So we're trying to find people who are experts at that, who can pass on to us tips.
Always a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much for taking the time. Good seeing you.
You're smart. See, this is what I need. My prescription sunglasses.
These are prescription. Yep. Okay, so here we are. Working with Noah. He's these days there are very few tourist New York directors. Tell me what draws you to wanting to work with him.
I fell in love with Squid and the Whale. I've always loved his movies. They have a sense of a perfect play. I've heard from people who work with him that you feel like you're part of a company, as you would doing a production of live theater. And he's just, he holds a level of respect for film, for cinematography, for design, and for actors, like very few filmmakers. And when all else falls away, he wants it to feel like the truth and have it feel like it's the actors to play with, and yet it's meticulously designed and curated for us. So it's just an amazing experience. I would love to do it for the rest of my life with him, truly.
So, yeah, so whenever I talk to people that work with him, they say he's got this calm, cordial nature that makes you feel very comfortable. How does that inform, like if somebody has experiences yourself, does that even matter at this point in your career?
Oh my God, does it matter? You know, for all of us, I think it's fair to say that old, frankly, stigma that if we're bullied, somehow we're going to be more everything, anything, more expressive, more is ridiculous. When we are welcomed and safe and comfortable, especially as artists, we can be our freest self. And I think that's true in relationship and in everything else. And Noah sets that tone on a set incredibly.
Speaking of, last question, the set, what was that chemistry like? Because it seems like you guys are very comfortable, at least on screen it seems that way.
We love each other. I had just gotten to be in Star Wars with Adam, so we'd just gotten to know each other. Scarlett and I had met but not been friends, and just totally found deep friendship immediately with each other. I got to hang out with Alan Alda. I got to hang out with Ray Liotta. Come on, life is amazing.
There are a lot of people saying I got to hang out with Laura Dern.
Oh, I don't know, and Robbie Ryan, our cinematographer, is so extraordinary. So it was a family for sure.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Talk to you. See you guys soon.
Laura, I'll be super quick. I'm Brad, your old
You want to make
No. Like when he said, what do you wear, 20 blue suits? You know, that was fun.
Hey, Lauren, you want to make some tracks for this? We can do next Friday. Could set up the whole festival, and then Robin can put it together in 10 minutes. You want to do an intro for the Joker? Because we have B-roll for the Joker.
What did he do?
Yeah, I'll do this week.
And then I can.
Foray.
Big deals with executives moving from company to company. But I'd be a little intimidated by your dad here and in the courtroom across the table. I feel this would be a tough guy. You're always one of a tough guy. Yeah, you didn't show me much. Like having a film review, right? Let's just see. What's it like having this guy as your dad? Just one, I have 7 lawyers in there. Oh, yeah. I got a big crash.
What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Okay, good. Okay, so I was here last week, and Marty was here, Joe was here, Bob was here.
This one.
I haven't seen the Irishman yet.
No, I haven't. No, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I just want to see it on a big screen and just sit back and take it all in. I just hope it's not better than Goodfellas.
Nothing is as good as better than Goodfellas. Let's just get that.
It's different.
So anyway, we are working with Noah, totally different kind of director. Tell me a little bit about the similarities and differences if you're directed by Marty being directed by Noah Baumbach.
It's
on a New York story.
just apples and oranges. I mean, Marty just Marty. You feel like he could, go to the top of a roof and jump, and he's going to catch you, acting wise. Marty's just a whole thing into himself. And Noah's a really, really good director. Noah's really, really calm, even when things are difficult or he's just really stays. That's not to say that Marty isn't, but Noah's really laid back. Not laid back in terms of like not caring, but he's really, really good.
So tell me a little bit about your role in the film. I have not seen it yet.
So Adam and Scarlett, they get divorced. They're getting divorced. He comes to me to be his lawyer. He thinks that I'm too tough, and he wants to, he just wants it to be an easy divorce. We're going to get along and make it nice. Probably what all couples think about. And then so he goes to Alan Alda, who's more of an old school, laid back kind of guy. They go to court, and Adam finds out that Scarlett's hired like a real shark in terms of Laura Dern's character. So he says, oh, geez, I don't know if the lawyer I have now can take it. So he comes back to me, and we brawl.
So I guess last question, New York stories. I mean, you become synonymous with some of the greatest of them. What is it like to be a part of stories about New York?
Oh, it's the best. I love working here. I love everything about it. I've been living in LA now because that's where my daughter, that's where she is. So if she moves here, I'll be here. She'll probably not want me to, but too bad.
Any comment on that?
Hopefully we do move back here at some point.
Yeah, she wants to get back, yeah.
Oh, man, anyway.
You're welcome to come.
Always a pleasure, sir. Definitely.
Worried about my wife seeing it. She's going to be mad at me. She's going to love me even more. How do you react? What can you say about spoiling everything? You've had more time to live with the character.
I think what really, yes, of course, the film has a lot of upsetting, arguments and scenes, and it goes to all those different kinds of what we may perceive to be ugly places. But what remains, and I think what I'm so touched with when I read the script, when I see the film, is love. Love is what remains between these two. Honestly,
Just stretch that up, right?
Unexpected love story, and I think it's very profound because of that.
I agree with you. That's where it ends up. Hoping my wife
Stop saying you're not going to be responsible.
Thank you very much. Hello, Ryan. I'm Brad Blanks. I'm also going on CBS.
LA story here. It feels like the right place for it. Noah Baumbach directed the film. So from the very beginning, it was like, we've got to make it to the New York Film Festival. For him, that was a milestone. So here we are.
Like so much work over the years, but doing the New York stories, it seems to bring out a little twinkle, whether it's Woody or Noah. Tell me about what's special about these kinds of films.
I film it like a seven.
From a New York perspective.
Yeah, I think, New York is just as much a character in this story as any of us, and so is Los Angeles, actually. It's kind of an interesting, take on that too, that argument too. It feels like getting to shoot here, getting to shoot with a New York crew, getting to shoot with Noah and Adam. It feels like I don't know. There's a certain weightiness to it, I guess. Maybe it's our close proximity to Broadway, but it felt like we were doing theater almost when we were shooting this film.
Doing different types of films, obviously.
When I'm not in the red carpet, I'm practicing. So I asked the on-screen lawyer what it was like to take on that role.
A Noah film, where it's more of a community type feel. Is it different for you to do something like this? Does it feel different to be involved in a project that's at this level as opposed to something with a lot of effects and things like that?
Yeah, the experience is not. The experience of work is different because Noah works in a very particular way. He's relentless, and he, in his quest for truth and and his curiosity about these characters is astonishing. We had time to rehearse this stuff. It felt like we were part of a company in a way. Making films with all my Avengers family also feels like a kind of a company, but it's just different. It's a different sort of animal. And we don't have as much time to dissect all of but no, you could spend 2 days shooting one scene and it's 11 pages of dialogue and you're doing 70 takes of one thing, and it's different. It's just a different pace. It feels more theatrical. Yes.
New superhero in your future, correct?
I'm sorry.
A new superhero role in your future?
They're same superhero, same role, but new film. Yes.
New film, but about you only.
Yes.
How does that feel?
Very exciting. We're just in our final phase now of finishing the Black Widow, and I think we made something very unique, something very different for this genre. We hopefully elevated the genre. So I'm excited to share it with everyone.
Speaking of sharing marriage story, what can you share about your upcoming marriage story?
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I need help. I'm looking for helpers. Anyone? Takers? You good at organizing?
I can. I can do a little of everything. Take care.
Wouldn't Tolstoy quote between happy families alike that unhappy families are unique?
Every happy family is alike, but unhappy families are unique.
He said every happy family is alike, but unhappy families are unhappy in their own way.
Good. How you doing? All right. Park that. You got a second for a bite? Looks like. Then we got to represent Brooklyn. Brooklyn filmmakers, Brooklyn guys.
How you doing?
Good. So here we go. Noah's Films. Tell me a little bit about, obviously, Marriage Story. What is it about Noah Baumbach, from a fellow director, from a fellow Brooklynite, that you see is magical in his films?
I haven't seen the film yet, but I like his work, and my man's in the film too, Adam Driver.
Right, exactly. So tell me a little bit about what's next for you. I have
a film coming out next year. It's called The Five Bloods, a Vietnam War film, and Netflix.
So that seems to be the way to go these days.
Not everybody, everybody's doing their own route to get their film made. But for me, no one else was going to get Scorsese the money for Irishman. He had to go to Netflix.
And it's really, we've changed our habits, how we watch films.
Right.
So I know there was an issue last year with some people saying that Netflix and Amazon were kind of dominating that market, and saying, is it Oscar eligible, etc. Do you feel that?
That didn't hurt with Roma. All right, thank you.
Thanks.
New York and LA. Story. Now to be true.
Music in it. Yes. There's two songs. Scarlett.
So far, so good. It's nice and early, right?
From
made it
questions they were about marriage and the complications of marriage. Well, it was a way that by using those amazing songs, I sort of saw
Filmmakers are not responsible. I'll take responsibility. You're going to take responsibility. I'm going to chase you down at the after party.
Yes. If anything's wrong, I'll fix it.
Okay.
What's up, Noah? How's it going? John here at JP.
Hi.
Spoken to you before.
Yeah, good to see you.
Okay, you have this incredible knack for telling these New York, although this is also LA, these New York stories. Is it a matter of writing about what you know and how you get these characters in these situations so dead on for New Yorkers to represent?
Well, I mean, New York is definitely, it's my home. It's where I grew up. I grew up in Brooklyn. I shot many movies here, so I do feel a real connection to this city, which I try to capture in the movies. And you know, we don't like to like block streets off too much. We like to let the city live around us to really kind of have, you know, the real New York be part of the movie.
Now, with your films, you seem to get bigger and bigger casts. I mean, not to say that you didn't have them, but I mean, you've worked with Adam before, you worked with some of these folks before. I don't want to compare you, but you almost create this sense of family, almost the way Woody Allen did with his ensemble cast. Do you see that similarity?
I mean, I love working with the same actors again and again because it becomes almost like a single conversation you're having with them from movie to movie, and you know, it's both old and new every time. You know, particularly with actors of this caliber, they always, you know, bring something else that will surprise me that I didn't know. I mean, Adam brought things to this movie that I had never seen in the other 3 movies we did together, and it's you know, so I like it because you can speak in, you know, half sentences and grunts and things because they know what you mean because they know you so well.
So it's the communication.
Yeah.
Well, it's working. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
I'm going to speak to Ben.
Tolstoy's quote that happy families are alike, but unhappy families are unhappy. What do you think about the theme of divorce, which brings out such strong work in it?
It's funny because it's a story on one hand about divorce, but it's really a love story and the story of marriage. You know, I following this philosophical idea that it's like when something breaks down, you actually recognize it. Like if the door doesn't open, you see the door in a way that you ignore it when you're just walking through. And I felt like, well, in the undoing of a marriage, we could,
Adam?